What's up, everybody? Gibsons Lawn Service checking back in. Currently in the process of changing the radiator on my wife's truck. I went to the mechanic shop. They told me it'd be $800 to change out the radiator. That includes the radiator and the coolant. So I went and priced the radiator for like $250, $270. And I asked him what would it be the price if I bring the radiator to him. He said, man, if you bring the radiator and the fluid, we'll change it out for $350. So I went down there, bought the radiator, bought the hose. I said to myself, man, I gotta be able to jump on YouTube and do this myself. So I'm in the process of either fixing the truck or making it worse. Once I get it fixed, I'm gonna drive it to work tonight, and I'm gonna put some pressure on it. I'm gonna run about 100 miles going to work, seeing, making sure everything turn out okay. If I can fix it, I pray to God I can. All right, I got the radiator out. About to put that new one back in. Man, if I was a mechanic, I would charge so much money for this. It took me an hour to take these right here off. I'll show y'all. Them right there. That's the stupidest design in the world. I bought 2 tools to take them off and still couldn't get them off. Let me put all this together so I can go in here and lay down for work. What's up, everybody? Just leaving O'Reilly's for the 3rd time. I did get the radiator off. I'm putting it all back together. So I should be good, man. Something I was thinking about while I was putting that together, I was running across some problems. I was just saying to myself, man, God gonna pull me through it. He gonna pull me through it. And it's funny, when you pray for wisdom, you have to learn some things. I'm gonna be honest. If I had look, like I say, the people wanted $800 to replace the radiator, or if I went and bought my own radiator, $350. Look, I had the $350, but here's why I didn't want to spend the $350. I had some other stuff I paid. I had put some money on. I didn't want to spend any more money, right? So I'm sitting here, I'm fighting, getting all this together. Like this, I'm at the easy part now. All the hard part, only thing I gotta do is hook this fat hose up to the radiator. One go to the engine. I got the little small hose put on. I got 2 little metal hoses. They're gonna go clip, and then I gotta screw some little plastic back down, and that's it, and fill it up with antifreeze. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. There's no way that you can live this life without God. It's not gonna happen, because it'll be so many things on your mind and on your plate. Like this past week has been, I know I got to get this radiator fixed. All right, I know I got to get the radiator fixed. Like I know I gotta all right, for instance, case in point, I knew I had to get my radiator fixed. All right. That radiator cost me, like I say, right at $280. All right. My wife going to a wedding next week. Her and my daughters, she wanted some new dresses for her and my new daughters. All right. I spent the money on that. I ain't got a problem with that. What else I just put some money on? Man, what else? She going to a birthday dinner this Saturday. All right. I know I got to put some money back to the side for that. Probably got to get her dressed for that. Whatever. The point is, there's so many things that you'll be worried about. Like I know now when your alternator go out, your vehicle gonna run on your battery until it shut off. See, I could be worried about that. Oh man, the truck, what the alternator go out while my wife driving the truck? You cannot stress about stuff like that, because you will drive yourself crazy. That's why I say you cannot. It's impossible for you to live this life without God. God has never left me out stranded while I couldn't get home. It was always a way out. And if it wasn't a way out, it's something he wanted me to learn in this situation to further me for my next journey. Like I went and bought 4 pieces of tools, 4 little tools to do this radiator job. I already had things in my bucket because from the previous jobs. So now when I get to the next job, I might have everything in my bucket. You pray for wisdom. It's some things you're going to have to start figuring out on your own to say, next time I know what to do. Next time I know what to do. I remember I know this older guy. This man ought to do everything. I said, man, how you learned that? He said, man, when stuff tear up, I ain't had the money to fix it, so I had to figure it out. He said, man, but your generation got YouTube. We ain't had that. And that's awesome, man. So, man, I've lost a lot of time today, man. I went out, I done all my yards. I came home and jumped on that radio. It's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. I haven't seen my kids. I didn't get to sit down and eat dinner with my family because I'm trying to get this radiator taken care of. See, people don't see that. In the midst of you building the business, working the job, and things falling apart around you, nobody sees this part right here where you've been fighting a radiator for 3 hours, your kids in bed, your wife in bed, your dinner cold, you out here frustrated trying to figure it out. But next time I know what to do, and it's only going to take me an hour. Well, man, you should have just paid somebody. I'm trying to keep the money in the house, so I figured I'd do it. You cannot have both. You can't have my time, and you can't have my money at the same time. You got to pick which one you want. If you want my money, you won't get my time. If you want my time, you won't have no money. I'm not a rich guy. I'm not a rich man. I am a working man. I do not, will not ever apologize for the grind. First, I want to say, all glory be to God. I did get the radiator put on and finished. I am going to drive my wife's truck to work tonight. I just jumped off the highway. I was doing about 70. That needle has not moved over 200. So next thing I need to do is an oil change, and it's over with, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.